Good evening, YouTube. This is GodlessYouth, and as you can tell from the up there, the topic of this video is going to be anal sex. Now, we'll start off like we usually do with the physical aspects. The physical aspects of anal sex. What pleasure do men receive from anal sex? Well, we're gonna since there's two ways you can go with this. We'll start with the more prevalent and more common view, men giving anal sex. The pleasure men receive from anal sex is pretty similar. It is similar to what men receive from vaginal intercourse. It's a tight orifice around the penis. That's, of course, you have to add moisture, since the mucus produced by that part of the body isn't enough to lubricate during sex. But it's pretty much the same as vaginal. It doesn't feel the same, but the type of pleasure, it doesn't feel any different, so to speak. Well, again, hard to explain. It does feel different, but it's the same type of pleasure. Kind of difficult for me to explain. Now, from the quote-unquote gay view of position, so no pun intended, of anal sex. A male receiving anal sex receives pleasure from the stimulation of the prostate, which is an organ basically behind all the exterior male reproductive organs, and the stimulation of the nerves of the sphincter, the nerves around the sphincter. Now, do all men like that kind of stimulation? No. Do some? Yes. Now we'll move on to women. What pleasure do women receive from anal sex? Well, one reason is the same as in men. It's the stimulation of the nerves around the sphincter muscle. The second reason is a bit different. Very different, actually. Women receive pleasure from anal sex because of the pressure of the pubic bone against their G-spot. The pubic bone is pressed against the G-spot, and that's how women receive pleasure from this act. Now, there are some people that will tell you the G-spot does not exist. I do not believe that. I believe that the G-spot does exist. It is a viable part. It is an actual part of female anatomy. Now, let's talk about how society views anal sex. Anal sex is viewed by society now as either unclean or dirty, quite simply because that's where body weight, that's where the waste from our digestive system exits the body at, as we all know. So anything entering that orifice is seen as unnatural. And because of the view of our society against excrement, dirty, full of germs, etc., as it is, they see it as dirty and disgusting. And to an extent, that is true. It is dirty, it is unclean, and it is unsafe to a degree. But with prior preparation and protection, it can be a safe and pleasurable form of intercourse. Now, it's also seen as gay, since that's what most people see gay men as doing. They think all gay men enjoy anal sex, and that is not true. Not all gay men enjoy anal sex. Do a little experiment. All homosexual or bisexual men you know, and who you could openly talk to this stuff about, ask them, do you enjoy this? Now, depending on who they are, some of them might say yes, but I can guarantee you at least one or two of them, again, depending on the size, again, depending on your sample size, will say no, they don't enjoy it. Now, if they were top, so to speak, I actually can't think of a reason. But if they were the bottom, so to speak, The main reason that comes to mind is it's either painful, or kind of a similar way to how some women view receiving pleasure from oral sex. They see it as more intrusive than a way of gaining pleasure. Now, since we've already gone through the physical aspects and the societal aspects, we're moving on to my personal favorite part of the video, my own opinion. And that's not just because I like stroking my own ego. Well, maybe a little. What do I personally think of anal sex? I have tried anal sex with my partner. It took a lot of coaxing to get her to do it. I did not force her to do it. We both agreed that just once we should try it to see how we both enjoyed it. And if we both enjoyed it, it might work its way into a regular thing, into our physical relationship. We both enjoyed it. She enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. We incorporated it into a regular part of our sex life. What do I think of it personally? Well, I don't enjoy it as much as vaginal intercourse, but I do believe it has its place. I do enjoy the feeling of giving pleasure anally, and I do enjoy the pleasure I get from giving her pleasure that way, so to speak. Now, I'm sure you're all asking the question in your mind, has he ever gone the other way, so to speak? Has he ever received pleasure anally? That's the way I would ask it. You're probably asking, has he ever been fucked up the ass? First of all, grow up. Second of all, no, I haven't. I have never been put in the scenario where that would have been a pleasurable outcome. I simply don't see it as a pleasurable experience. Now, has my partner tried to kind of go there? Yes. While she was giving me and I hate using terms like this, I hate using vernacular, but every now and then I'll have to lap into it. When she was giving me a blowjob, she tried to use a finger. Didn't quite like the feeling. Wasn't a bad feeling, just more of the intrusive than anything else. Probably it was more of a shock than anything else. I wasn't expecting it. That's not really something. That's not really a way you want to surprise someone. I mean, you don't just out of nowhere just kind of cruel. But on the whole, I don't enjoy stimulation of that area on me. Not a personal thing. And now, again, to steal a quote from Liberal Viewer, I want to know what you think. Do you enjoy anal sex? First of all, have you ever tried it? Yes or no, doesn't matter. If you have, do you enjoy it? If you don't enjoy it, and you are female, give your reasons. I think it's interesting. And if you're male, if you're anyone and you don't enjoy this type of sex, please list your reasons. This is incredibly interesting to me. Thank you. And if any homosexuals comment on this video, which I hope you do. I mean, I enjoy. I really don't care if you are or not. But if you do post on this video, I don't mind you saying I'm gay, whatever, I enjoy this. But to all the people who would comment who would reply to that, be nice. Please. No, it is not a choice. And okay, you might find it gross. You might find it disgusting. That's fine. But be nice, please. Thank you. This is GodlessYouth signing off once again and saying, please be nice to each other.